Adding value is the process of changing or transforming a product from its original state to a more valuable state. Many raw commodities have intrinsic value in their original state. For example, field corn grown, harvested, and stored on a farm and then fed to livestock on that farm has value. In fact, value usually is added by feeding it to an animal, which transforms the corn into animal protein or meat. On today's show, we will focus on adding value to corn to produce maize flour. In one of the villages in Siakago constituency, Embu County, is a maize milling factory which has been in existence for the last 6 years. Mugendi Ndwiga is the factory's managing director at Jaza Africa Millers.
My name is Mugendi Ndwiga. I'm the managing director, Jaza Africa Millers. We have been in existence since 2012. We basically mill maize flour. Behind me we have a 15 tons machine which we mill for probably 12 hours in a day.
Being a value chain expert, Ndwiga explains that the idea of him starting a factory was born with the emergence of counties, where he thought of coming up with a product that would first of all market his county as well as provide processed flour to the Embu residents and its surrounding environs.
I've been a value chain expert, so when counties came into being, I really thought about how do we help the farmers, the local farmers, the maize farmers, on post-harvest management. So we started in the mind of the availability of maize from the region, and then we value add the maize, we sell them to flour. At the same time, we, as I said earlier, we have animal feeds. Still, the farmers here are more of they do mixed farming. So they do crop, at the same time they do livestock. So as a part of the byproduct from maize, that's maize jam, we produce animal feeds, which probably it is on a roasted.
With that brief introduction, let's now get into the factory and learn the step-by-step of maize flour milling.
What happens? The maize comes from the farmers or from the brokers. We still have our own transport for bringing the maize here. We buy from, the maize is weighed. After being weighed, there is quality check. Is it of the right quality in terms of moisture? The maize, the standard moisture for maize is between 10 and 12. That is a good maize for milling. So after the maize has been weighed and the quality checked, it is stored. When it is stored, then we have the storeman who issues the maize to the miller. After it is milled, the unga is collected, or the flour is collected by the packers, whereby they pack the maize, they pack the flour. After they pack the flour, then we have a sales team. We have three fans or small cars, which is the distribution. They come and they pick, they sell, they take they take the orders, and then they deliver the orders to our customers. We are certified by KEPS and even with Ministry of Health, Public Health. We are working very closely with the government agencies in terms of maintaining the quality of our product. What we first do, after you have installed the machines, you mill the first. Then you take a sample to the KEPS, the regional office in Nyeri. They sample your flour, the product. If the product they are certified it's good or fit for human consumption, they issue with a certificate. Now every 3 months, you have to take the samples to the KEPS. At the same time, our flour is fortified. So we are working very closely with the Ministry of Health in terms of looking at the nutrition value. There is something we call a dozer. A dozer is, we buy the ingredients from the ministry. There we have agencies, we have other suppliers who give us the minerals like the vitamins, probably vitamins and minerals, and it is injected to the flour. As it is milled, I've just told you the way the machine, so that as the flour is being milled, it's mixed with the vitamins. The machine has can be able to detect any foreign materials, like it has a destoner. It has destoners. It can remove all the anything which is not maize.
Chicago constituency in Embu is a maize growing region, hence the reason why Ndwiga opted to put up his maize milling plant there. He says he usually receives maize from farmers on a daily basis.
The where we are in Embu is a maize growing area. So we have most of our farmers growing maize for us, and they deliver. For example, you see from outside, farmers are delivering their maize. When there is no maize in this region, we buy from other counties like Nyahururu, Nakuru. There was time last year we imported maize from Uganda, and basically we are even a beneficiary of the government subsidy. Last year we got quite a number of allocations from the government. Sometimes we have farmers, when they consolidate the maize, we go for the maize. And when probably brokers, they aggregate the maize for us, and then they bring the maize they sell to us.
Jaza Africa Miller's factory operates just like the normal Porsche mills. The only different feature in his milling machine is that it weighs 15 tons, which makes its milling capacity a bit higher. The machine also has the ability to detect and remove foreign matter in the maize.
Meanwhile, there's a physical quality check by the millers. As they mill, they can remove anything, and at the same time they can sieve any materials which is coming with the unga. Probably checking whether the unga, the maize has probably sad or the maize of. But as we buy our maize, we check from the farmers and from our brokers about the quality of the maize that we are buying. So basically here it's more of milling. After they mill, it is packed, and then after packing it's going for sale.
The secret behind Jaza Africa Milling Factory's success is his initiative to add extra vitamins and minerals in form of premixes to his flour.
This is where we dose our flour, and it has various minerals. We have vitamin A, zinc, and iron, and vitamin B and C. So this is basically this specific concentrate, or what the nutrients is what we add to our flour. So as you can see from our packet, all these vitamins are of high benefit to the health.
Once the flour is fortified, it is then transported to packing areas where it is packed into half kgs, 1 kg and 2 kg packets. Ndwiga here is usually keen on maintaining health standards, especially for the workers who handle the flour, right from packing to weighing to the sealing of the flour packets.
We insist on hygiene. We find everybody has to be, all these people have the right certification. They have the public health certificate. They have to go through the test so that they are fit, so that they can handle the flour. All the people who are around the parking area, what they observe most is the hygiene, because you can find that everybody is on gumboot and white, his head has to be covered because of the air. As you can see, we are working more on ladies, so we find that as they do their parking, we insist on them having their head covered and then having having the white gumboot for the hygiene purposes. And Our packaging tables are very clean. This is a continuous process. These people work for between 8 to 5 every day because there are always orders coming in. So it is not a one-off. It's a continuous process whereby every day they wake up in the morning, after the unga is milled, and then they start packing. We are producing 300 bales per day, and we have a capacity of 20 employees, and 15 of them, they are permanent, 5 are more casuals, and we are more looking at expanding our production capacity because the market is really growing very fast.
The biggest challenge that he faces is lack of enough raw materials, which in this case is maize.
Sometimes we find there is no maize, and probably like last year, but the other thing is pricing of the product. The production cost is very high because the electricity bills are so huge. At the same time, we have a problem of government taxations. We find that there's too much statutory deductions that you're supposed to give to the government. Thirdly is the quality of maize that probably we get. We need to be very keen on the quality of maize. That's one of the challenges.
We spoke to some of the farmers on how the factory has helped them by creating a ready market for them, and this is what they had to say.
Majina yangu ni Emilio Mwaneki kutoka hapa ili ya Ugweri. Mimi ni mkulima, nilikuwa naleta mahindi hapa kwa hii factory. Tangu hii factory yanje imeleta manufaa kwa watu wengi sana hapa ili hii. Ndio tulikuwa na shinda ya kuuza mahindi yetu. Tangu ingie tumeona tumefanikiwa. Kama kunaweza patikana watu wengine kama hawa, hii area inaweza kuwa. Saa hii nimeleta hii mahindi na kuna magari mengine yanakuja. Tunatarajia itaingia wakati wowote. Ndio jumbe ya hii area. Hii factory ndio inanunua vizuri kuliko wale wengine.
Paulina Wanjoki is the factory's manager. She says her main work at the factory is to check on the quality of maize that is brought to the factory.
Kwa majina yangu kamili naitwa Paulina Wanjoki Ndwega, nikiwa mama wa hii kampuni. Mimi nafanya kazi ya kununulia wamama mahindi kwa hii area ya Ugweri kutoka Embu County. Mimi nilianza kazi hapa kama miaka 6 kununua mahindi na kusiaga. Ningeeleza wamama wa Embu County tukiwa sisi hapa wamama wa Ugweri na Karurumu jumla wawe wakulima wa ukweli, maana mimi na wanunulia mahindi, wao wakiniletea mahindi, soko iko. Wakileta mahindi mimi nanunua na siaga, napeleka unga mbalimbali Embu County na tena kwingine kuote, Ukambani, Ukikuyuni kuote mimi napelekanga unga.
The reason why farmers should bring their maize to Jaza African millers, as Ndwiga explains, is because he buys the farmers' maize at a fairly good price.
We encourage our farmers when they grow to increase their production because there is ready market. As we can buy maize, like for example, we bought for this season more than 5,000 bags from the local farmers. And for me is to tell them to increase their acreage because there is market for it. Yes. Currently a bag of maize is costing like, from the farmers is 1,650. That is when at the warehouse. When we get maize from outside the county, the maize bag costs up to 2,000.
Ndwiga's market does not only revolve in Embu. He says his marketing team has crossed county borders in Tharaka Nithi, Kitui, and Kirinyaga.
Our main customers are within the Rocos, that is Embu County, and the surrounding counties, that is Tharaka Nithi, Kirinyaga, and Kitui.
Mugendi Ndwiga is just one of the young people who are coming up with new innovations of assisting farmers to sell off their farm produce. He seeks to encourage young people to come up with new innovations of adding value to the so many farm produce that Kenya has to offer.